Hi, we're here today at the Menifee Historical Museum. I'm here with Eleanor Martin and Bill Zimmerman of the Menifee Valley Historical Association. What can you tell me about how the association was created and why you wanted to have a group like that?
Well, I wasn't in on the beginning of it. It was started in 2004 by a group of the people that were working on cityhood, and they felt that cityhood needed to have a good city, you needed a museum. And so they formed that in 2004, and then their task was to work on preserving the history. And our mission is to identify, preserve, and promote the historic legacy of the Menifee Valley.
How many of you guys live in Menifee? Show me a hand. Almost everybody. So this is your place, this is where you live, and we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about who was here long time ago, and starting with the people who were the earliest people to be here. Does anybody have any idea who might have been here? The Native Americans. Great answer. And they would do a lot of the things that Native Americans do, like grinding up some of the acorns and stuff to make meal. And they did that using some of these things. These are what's called metates, and this tool is a pestle, and you could almost see how it's a little bowl where they're using it, the pestle, to kind of grind up the grain. Do you know where the name Menifee came from? I'm going to show you. There's a picture of this man right here. His name is Luther Menifee Wilson, and his middle name was Menifee. So most of us have middle names. His was Menifee, and he was a miner, and he was out walking around looking for gold. And remember, there was a gold rush here in California, and so he came after that and was looking around here in Menifee, and he actually did find some gold in the ground. There were farmers that came here, and they would grow wheat. And so let me show you guys. This right here is what wheat looks like. Have you ever seen this out in the fields? No. Yeah, so yeah, it kind of looks like that out there. In some of the places where there's not any homes, there might still be some wheat fields. And if you think about it, so what was it that they used from wheat to be able to make bread? You know? That's exactly right, seeds. And so we call it grain, and so I'll let you guys pass that around. You can share it. Don't open it up, but you can pass it and kind of see that if you were to take one of these wheat things and shake it real hard, all those little grain seeds would come out of it. There was another thing that happened here in Menifee, and so what do you guys think this thing is right here? Anybody know? What is it? Do you know what it is?
A bee stinging a person.
That's right. And so when they're wearing one of these uniforms, if a bee tried to sting them, it wouldn't sting them. They're protected by this net, and they have this suit and gloves. And they also use this little tool here. This is a little smoke box. Yeah, and they could squeeze that, and it would make smoke come out, and it just makes the bees kind of tired, and they don't get angry anymore. The smoke kind of gets around them, and they go, if you want our honey, go ahead and have it.
Our teacher, her name was Mrs. Richardson, and we had recess just like you guys do. And a lot of us didn't wear shoes to school. We had Sunday school shoes, but then we just wore shoes, you know. Sometimes you run real fast barefooted if you have shoes on.
How did you get to school?
How did I get to school? Well, I had a bicycle. I rode once in a while. Once in a while, the neighbor, they had cars when I was going to school. But I had a horse. His name was Lightning. And I'd ride him once in a while, but I wasn't a very good horse lady or whatever you want to call him, because he didn't want to go to school. He wanted to stay back in the barn. I had to just fight him all the time. Keep going, keep going.
So Bill, why do you think it's important that Menifee has a facility like this? Now you just toured a bunch of kids from the Boys and Girls Club. Why is it important for them to learn these things from so many years ago?
Well, we're finding that as folks come and peruse all of the exhibits and displays that we have, it really gives them a sense of pride. This is where we live, this is the place where we shop and go to school and we're educated and we work, and most of the folks here are just now discovering for the very first time some of the things that took place here 100 years ago and even more than that. And so, yeah, community pride, I really think that it helps to build that and create that awareness of what took place and who those original families were and what life was like before electricity or before telephones were here. It's very interesting.
So we invite you to come on out and check out Menifee's history.